How on earth do you sum that one?
Yeah, clearly disappointing. You know, the players have put a lot of effort in today. It was a good arm wrestle, the opening period, I thought. Got beaten to the punch a little bit on a couple of kick plays. You know, video ref one that went a long way. You know, a lot of replays on that one, but yeah, we were second best against a very, very strong Wigan team. You know, but I thought there's a lot of players in our group that are doing their best for the team at the moment. They're trying hard, playing out of position or playing more minutes than was expected. You know, the blokes in that group are tight and together, despite, you know, lacking execution today in key moments.
Is it a case of it was an under-strength team, inexperienced team, or does it go a little bit deeper than that?
Well, that was today's performance. We've had a lot of close games pretty much all year. We played against, you know, an opposition that are firing, and we, you know, as I said, a lot of our players have been to a place where they haven't been before this year. Some of them are getting asked to play in a new position or a, you know, more minutes, bigger role, given the people that have departed. There's a lot of spirit in that group, and they're a proud group, and we'll start again and build up to have a good performance next week.
How do you approach that? Obviously, it's not going to be easy to get the chins off the floor, is it, for a really tough game away at Lancaster?
Every game in Super League is a tough one, and we treat it that way. You know, it'll take a few days, and you never forget those type of days. They stay there. You just learn how to deal with it better, and you take something out of it. You learn, and a lot of the younger players, particularly, and you know, experienced players are still going to learn something out of today if they choose to, which they will, and then, you know, we'll get on with it. It's professional sports about that. You're going to have some bad days, and you know, you front up and fight through it.
What's the mood like in there now?
They're disappointed. There's a lot of effort gone into that today, but miscalculated at times, and just beaten by some top end players at times as well.
Did Cam Smith fail his HIA?
No, he passed his HIA. We just chose not to put him back on right at the end there. Give some opportunities, some minutes to some other people, and Cam's been playing a lot.
Did Ash get through? Okay, he looked to be struggling a bit, but I thought it was a big effort by.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He'll have a sore foot, but he's just dealing with a plantar fascia injury there, which can be pretty painful, but then they can settle, and then you can go again, and they get painful again. So it'll be just in that cycle for the back end of the year.
Thank you.
Rohan, there were boos today, and some chance of you not fit to wear the shirt. How does that make you feel as a coach, hearing that kind of stuff, if you did indeed?
The fans have been great this year, both home and away. The travelling support's been phenomenal. The crowds here and the atmosphere here has been great all year. Crowd are entitled to be disappointed and upset today that we didn't make it more of a contest on the scoreboard. But you look at that full strength Wigan team and how they've been playing and how their season's rolling, and all the obstacles we've had with a very young team today. You're going to have some rough days with young players, but it's the only way you learn. It's the only way you get better. It's the only way you build a team, is to have some tough days.
Your playoff chances are all but over now. Do you share the fans' frustrations with how this season's gone?
Yeah. Any of the fans that are frustrated, or disappointed, or any kind of downside, we all share it. We all share that. We live and breathe it every day, and it's a process. People don't want to hear about rebuilding and transitions and stuff around this club, but that is reality. Lots of players off contract in the last few years, players that are coming and going. There's cohesion and chemistry, and building takes time. Can't just buy them from anywhere, because where are they? It's difficult to get players from Australia. The salary cap's phenomenal over there. There'll be some come in for sure, but the English market's very difficult as well, because the clubs keep all their best players. So the difference makers have to come from process through academy and development of player. that's the reality of it.
Do you think there'll be more pain before it does get better for Leeds?
As I've said, multiple times this year, I think there's been a lot of good things happening and development of players, and a lot of those blokes in that room that are in there now have done well. But collectively, we've got to be better. Another pre-season and some key additions will assist that. But there's a lot of growth from within that group still. Eradicating, regular disruptions will be a key focus in the next period as we prepare for next pre-season. But it's still really very important that we respond to that, and the character in the group will be on show. And they're a good bunch of people. They'll stick together and we'll fight back.
Are you as optimistic now as you ever have been that you can turn this club around and get it back to where the fans would say they belong?
Yeah, no doubt about that. Having a bad day like that, I think that might be the first real blowout scoreline in my time here. There's been a few others where it's been a bit beyond us, but we've been in the battle at least at some stage in the game. We've had a lot of hard-fought wins, but it takes time. And that group in there that played today, that's not the group that we plan to be playing too often this year, and it's not the group that will be playing next year collectively. Individuals will all participate, but there's a lot of disruptions and different personnel. You take 7 or 8 frontline players out of any team, and they can certainly have a bad day.
As you say, it's the first proper blowout score. Will you learn a lot about your team, how they respond to this now, not just next week in the game, but leading up to that?
Definitely, and we've just spoken about that. That's where you find out about people when it's difficult. When it's going good and you're going on a bit of a run at the back end of the year and everyone wants to pat you on the back, who's listening to that? Not me. Equally, I won't be listening to any of the other stuff. I'll be putting my head down and doing what's best for the club moving forward. And they're a good bunch. They want to work hard. So we've had a bad day, no doubt.
Ro, do you think when you look at the homegrown talent like Simfield, Gannon, and beyond that, Max Simpson, Alfie Edgewood, do you think there's a core of homegrown talent that could make Leeds Rhinos a real force in the coming seasons with the right recruitment around those boys?
Yeah, and the core of our group are, 24, 25, Mikolai and Cam Smith, Harry Newman. There's plenty of young guys, Jared O'Connor playing a lot. There's great experiences for plenty of those guys this year, and more kids to come. We need to add some support to those fellas to give them time. Building teams takes time. That's every competition you look at that takes time.
I mean, was that indicative of where the squad's at, that you've had to put Gannon and young Jacksonfield in the halves in such a big game against Wigan? Obviously, you're missing players, is what I'm saying, aren't you? You're having to play 2 teenagers in the halves.
Yeah, jersey today, I think it was jersey 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, all not available. That's a big obstacle in itself. As I said to the players, that's not an excuse. That's just reality. A lot of players are getting stretched and they're all playing at the same time. Ideally, when you're building, you play young players, a couple of them at a time, to get them some experience, not 6, 7, 8 of them all at the same time. There's a bunch of dudes in there that are playing their first year of week in, week out Super League, and that's a challenge.